No Driving Gloves. We're a combination of gearheads. John, the instigator. Derek, the conservator. Will, the builder. Sean, the racer. And maybe a guest. Invite you to listen while they sit down, have a drink, and discuss cars. Learn more and subscribe to the podcast at No Driving Gloves. Time now for the ride. Dang, if I wouldn't have done that little flub, I have that one almost perfectly timed. the ride, just as we pull up to the stop gate there. It's really hard to find pre-made videos of autocrossing, so we just got whatever, your logo flying through the autocross.
Works for me.
How's things up in your area? For those out there,
it's wet.
I was going to say, for those that are not in Alabama, we've had flooding overnight. We're going to have flooding again tonight, fishes, and I'm just kind of staying home because, last time it flooded here at $18,000 later, I had a new motor in my Mini. So,
yeah, it was pretty rough in Hokes Bluff, Gadsden area last night. And looking outside at the cameras, it's raining right now. So not raining like it was yesterday, but it's still raining. So hopefully nothing bad happens.
I always expect the worst, hope for the best. And usually
that's a good way to do it.
Falls in there somewhere. Oh, you want to say, I guess I probably should turn on my comments. We've got some viewers here. Do you guys want to say anything? Say hi. Shoot out some things for Will and I to talk about so we just don't babble on about autocrosses. And see, Will complained about electric cars 2 episodes ago. Kind of checked out during the electric car talk. So
yep,
I took it on myself last week, and we had 1 hour of Elon Musk. And I'm sure Will sat down and watched that episode over and over and over again.
Yeah, I cussed the whole way through it. Oh,
some Facebook user says I keep saying hi, but you never hear that.
Okay.
I don't know who that is.
Wesley said, "What's up?" And Josh said, "What's up?" So, do we hear them?
Yeah. Let me check and see. I bet you it's some.
You're right. You do have to type it.
The Facebook user would be our occasional guest host, Sean Yoder. He's got a professional radio career now. He's talking a couple of days a week over the noon hour. Right. Jumping right into that I guess third most popular time of the day.
What's up, Johnny? So Johnny was Grip Autocross's very first shootout winner. So,
is he the one that won the cone?
That's him. He won the cone, the T-shirt, and $50, and his entry fee to the one on the 25th is on us.
And that's when the next Grip Autocross is, right?
Yeah, it's on the 25th, and the Greater Gadsden Tourism Board has stepped up and gave us $400 for the winner and $100 for the runner-up. And I hate to tell you, Johnny, but if you win it again, there's going to be a bounty on your head for the third event, and whoever beats you is going to get $200. So.
No, the whole thing is to dominate and dominate. Win them all.
Right. So Johnny's got a very well set up car, and he's a talented guy behind the wheel. So you better come with your A game if you're gonna beat Mr. Brewster.
Is he running a Miata?
He is running a Miata, little turbo Miata, and he's fast. He's fast. So, and consistent, that's something that I've never. yeah, you're right, Johnny. There's some heavy hitters that's going to be here this month for sure.
Say that's what amazed me is you had a great turnout, and you pulled people from I'm not going to say not all over the state, but the region.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
and
we had David Counts came from Mobile, Brian Finch, Steve Austin, and Brian. I can't pronounce the other Brian's last name very well, but those three guys came from Nashville. Had a couple of guys that come from Marietta, Georgia, so the Atlanta area. Pulled several guys from Huntsville. And if you look at our registrations this month, it's real similar. So the guys from Nashville, Brian Finch and those guys haven't registered yet, but it sounds like they're wanting to come back down too. So, what up, Campbell?
You filling up a lot quicker this month than last month?
Yeah, we're already at 25, 26 entries. And we're capping it at 35, and it's only been open a week and a half.
And you had a few open entries on the last one that you could show up that morning and potentially run Ukes. You going to hold a couple for that, or is it this? You're going to just hope for all pre-reg?
I mean, if somebody shows up at 8:00 on the dot, we're not going to tell them to leave. I mean, if 10 people show up, I don't know what we're going to do, but I seriously doubt somebody's just going to show up and not kind of give us a heads up, which is what happened last time. We had one guy that wasn't able to come that registered, but we had 3 people show up day of, and they would have registered, but we had already cut registration off when they found out about the event. So we invited them over, and we wound up having 30 cars and 32 drivers, I think is what it was. So technically we had 32 people that got to make at least 10 passes if they wanted to make 10 passes. And Johnny made 14 passes. He got, of course, all the way through the shootout. So, and Brian Finch.
Doing a different course layout this time around?
Yep. It'll be a different course layout. It's going to probably be a little faster. We're going to try to do away with some of the tighter turns, which kind of chewed up our lot a little bit. So we're going to try to eliminate some of the real sharp hairpin type turns and leave it, kind of have it a little more so you can flow a little bit better with it and hopefully be a little bit faster. So that's our goal with the layout. I guess I could give our viewers a little preview if I can find where I kind of traced it up at.
Well, Yoder had asked if you we could do a van exhibition run, and I was going to say, it sounds like we hear nice, easy corners in that. It is a van course.
Heck yeah, bring his van on.
Yeah, Yoder, step up and just run the van all day. You got those fat, sticky tires on the thing.
I can't find where I have that drawn up at.
Oh, just quickly draw something on a piece of paper and go, here it is, and be completely different when the 25th rolls around. I did pop up the link on the screen for the viewers out there and for the podcast listeners. NoDrivingGloves.com /grip will take you to their motorsport.reg page. You can go ahead and enter. You can find out all the details on the event. There's a link to their Facebook page where you can kind of even communicate more with Will and the other guys over there at Grip. And I think he's created himself another monster. I mean, when you're not shooting a TV show, I guess you got to have something to do this summer, right?
Yeah, man, it's just crazy how all of this kind of has transpired. I said, Wesley and I was just sitting at a car show back in October of last year, and we just we were sitting there bored out of our mind. And it was like, man, we need to do something that where we can actually use our cars. And Wesley likes autocross. I like autocross. I've never really done it a whole lot. I've built some pretty wicked autocross cars. I'm not a driver, but I sure do like going out there and having fun. And that's what Grip Autocross is all about. It's all about having fun and getting as many passes as you can. We have an announcer. We have a shootout at the end of the day. Now we're giving money away. We're trying to make autocross more of a spectator sport than a participant sport. I mean, it's always going to be participant driven. There's nothing you're going to do to make it spectator driven, but we would love to have people come out and enjoy the sport we love so much. And, it's addictive. I know 3 people in the area have already went and bought cars to autocross with Grip Autocross. My dad being one of those. So I went with my dad Saturday afternoon. We went to Pelham and bought a 91 Pontiac Trans Am GTA WS6. So it's pretty much all original. We're gonna pretty well kind of leave it that way for right now. So yeah, he just wanted something to go out there and play with and give the give the grandkids something to drive. So that's what he did. I'm going to be
don't lie to us. He bought, what is that, an F body to compete against your F body?
Yeah, he's got the upper hand. I've got a RS and he's got a WS6, so he's definitely got the upper hand. But back in the day, my dad and I drag raced together, and it was a lot of fun. So I hope he gets into this as much as I am, and all of our Grip members, and all the people that come out and enjoy autocross. Because let me tell you, man, it's a lot like the hot rod industry, where, man, people that come out and do this, they're just good people. And we learned that real quick at our first event. Everybody was really, really nice, really kind. They understood that this was, Grip's first event ever. They were very patient. When we had the issues with the track, and most of the people that were there are coming back. So, I mean, what else can you say? Lacey commented, they came out at the first event and they're signed up for the second event, her and her husband. So, we want to have a good time. We want it to be fun. And we want to be able to get as many runs as you can and be safe doing it. So that's kind of our whole motto behind the whole thing.
It sounds like you started a I don't know. You seem to have a ton of popularity. You like I said, you had some big players there. It seems everybody had fun. The feedback and stuff I saw bouncing around. I don't think anybody complained.
We had a few minor complaints. The lot was a little dusty. I mean, we've done everything we can do. But that was really it. David Kemp says it the best. We're all racing on the same surface. We're all hitting the same bumps. We're all trying to dodge the marbles. But we're doing the best we can with the lot we have. I think there may be some stuff in the future, and where we can get a better lot, or a different lot, a bigger lot for some special occasions. So the Sandlot's our home, and that's where we're going to focus most of our events at. No, it's not the best lot in the region. It's not the smoothest, it's not the biggest, but I guarantee you'll have more fun at a Grip Autocross event than you will any other autocross event anywhere near us. I promise you that.
Well, you got a what I want to say. I forgot what I was going to say. Well, you've got the city support now, obviously. Like you said, the chamber, somebody's throwing some prize money at you now.
Yep.
And I saw, if you go to, I believe, Big Oak's page or Grip Autocross's page, you did an interview with the Chamber of Commerce in the last few days. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the Greater Gadsden Area Tourism Board.
Okay.
A guy named Hugh Stump is the director over that. And he actually contacted us after our first event and asked if we could, come meet him for lunch. So me and Wesley, met him for lunch on Thursday, and he kind of asked us what our goals were, and we told him, and he was like, I like this. I know nothing about cars. I know nothing about autocross, but man, y'all sure did raise a stink on the internet, and we want to be a part of it. So the very first thing he did, I mean, we hadn't been meeting with him for probably 15 or 20 minutes. And we told him, about our prize that we gave away for Johnny, who won our first shootout. He goes, what if I throw 500 to that? And we were just like, yeah, heck yeah. And that's not for just this event. That's for the rest of the rest of this year. So
are you doing it 500 for first, or are you going to do like 500 or 300, 200, 100 or?
No, it's 400 and 100. So the winner will get 400 and the runner up will get 100. We thought about doing third place, but then you got to do a runoff for third place as well. So we just thought doing, 400 and 100. And we may have a little something else for the day when you get there. So I'm not going to say nothing right now, but there may be even a little something else that we're throwing into the pot on the 25th.
I saw Lacey asked a question here, Miata or FRS. You do realize that Miata is actually an acronym, right? And it's Miata is always the answer. So that's don't ever ask Miata or FRS. If you have a question, Miata or something else, it's always Miata. And you can even haul lumber in your Miata, so you don't even have to say, well, what if I have to, use it as a pickup? You can use it as a pickup. Matter of fact, I think I've seen a Miata pickup. But what do we have here? Yeah, Yoder's stepping up and saying that autocross has lost its sense of fun, because you go to some of these and it's really all about winning and not having fun. And that's kind of why, you want to do it. I mean, I guess if you guys can keep that casual, happy, joyful part of it and keep some of that, I want to say seriousness, but I mean, it's racing. You always have to take it serious. I think you guys have a nice little thing going here. I'm just waiting for in a year or two when you now tie up 2 weekends, one with autocross and one with rallycross. You got a couple of acres out there. You could rallycross, and then tie up your Friday nights before each race with the go-karting.
Yeah. Yeah. We haven't really discussed rallycross yet, but I'm sure something can be in the works. We want to get our first couple of years under our belt with Grip, and then hell, you never know, maybe we start slip. So, but yeah, I don't know. You're right, John, and don't get me wrong. There's some competition at our events, and people do take it serious. But also the people that are experienced autocrossers, like Lacey and her husband, and see and Sarah, and those people that were there that have a ton of experience autocross, man, they were having people ride with them and they were riding with people. And that's something that we really want to encourage is new people to come out. Our courses are.
Oh,
Hey guys.
hey, what's up? We're good.
But yeah, we want to encourage you guys to come out and autocross and have fun, and the people that are there are more than willing to ride with you and give you some pointers, and you ride with them, and that's what it's all about. It's competition, but it's also a friendly thing we've got going on too.
So give us a quick rundown. June 25th,
Yep.
Money wise, etc.
Yeah, June 25th. If you want to register, go to Motorsports Reg. If you're a Grip member, it's $45. If you're a non-Grip member, it's $55. Spectators are free. If you want to get, one thing we are changing for this event is if you want to get to the grid or pit area, it will cost you $5. And we're changing the way you get from the spectator area to the grid pit area as well. It's a little safer. It got a little hairy with people just kind of coming real close to the start line. So we're going to change that up a little bit, keep people away from the start line. Unless you're in the spectator area, you'll be able to stay where you're at and be really close to it. And it'll cost you $5 to get in the pit area. That $5 also includes ride-alongs. You sign the waiver to go to the pit area. You're eligible to do ride-alongs. Find somebody you want to ride with, grab a helmet, and if they say yeah, then get in. And we encourage ride-alongs. I mean, that's part of the whole spectator thing. Where can you go to a race and ride with somebody racing as a spectator? It don't happen. So, I think autocross is probably the safest form of motorsports. And why not have somebody come ride with you? Wesley hit the nail on the head. We want to try to grow autocross. Back in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, Gadsden was a hotbed for dirt racing. Green Valley, Gadsden Raceway, Dale Ed. There was 3 big time dirt tracks here in the Gadsden, Etowah County area, and they raced every weekend. So why can't we race autocross once a month and have fun doing it and get more people involved?
Yeah, like I said, I guess I didn't realize there was as many tracks up that way. I was thinking, I was by the Steel Dragway today, which isn't too far from you, but they run every weekend and it's, straight lines, right, left. But I agree with you. Autocross is, I think, one of the safest. It's one of the least expensive forms of motorsports. About all it's going to cost you is a set of tires a year. So $500-$600. Well, maybe now $600-$800. I haven't priced tires.
Oh no, it depends on the ones you buy.
Lately, I know the big thing with what was it? I was listening to a podcast and Johnny Lieberman from editor of Motor Trend was saying that they wouldn't lend him a car, one of the manufacturers, because they said, you'll destroy the tires. You always destroy the tires, and we don't know when we'll get another set. So until we have another set, you can't use the car.
Well, the tires we run on the Rocket Camaro, they're $450 a piece. So that's pretty pricey. And the Yokohamas don't last very long.
Yeah, but the budget on the Rocket Camaro though is a little bit more substantial than the entry level person like me if I was to show up.
Absolutely. And it goes to show you, I mean, that was a purpose built race car that's street legal, and with 600 rear wheel horsepower, 315s all the way around, independent rear. I mean, it's built to do that. And of course, I'm not a very good driver, but when you go out there and you've got a car like that and you get beat by a Miata, and to me, that's cool. Some guys it would probably piss off, but I think it's awesome that a Miata can go out there and spank a purpose-built race car. So, I mean, that's what makes this sport so awesome.
And again, if you want to check out Grip Autocross, see what they're doing, what the day schedule looks like, etc., nodrivinggloves.com/grip. Really easy to get to the motorsport.reg page that way. And you don't even have to see the No Driving Gloves page. And when you go, you just type it in, it takes you right there. You ship Will off, I guess, $45, $55. What do you get as a member of Grip Autocross? You mentioned that members get a $10 discount on the entry fee. Do you get anything else, or?
Yeah, so you get the $10 discount. You get to come out there and help us work on the lot. You can actually be a part of course layout. Cheers, Taylor. At some point in time this year, we're going to have an event just for Grip Autocross members that's free. So, I mean, it's part of the membership. So we're going to have a big cookout and autocross going on at the same time. So you get however many runs you want. So that's, that's really pretty well it right now. Just the camaraderie of being in a club with people that you like and they like the same thing that you do, and making new friends. I mean, I'm sure as Grip progresses, there will be more and more that is involved with being a member. But that's some of the things right now.
You've got the thing we also used to joke about when I was with barbers, that one of the companies we worked with or handled a lot of help for us. For some reason, they could get people to pay to volunteer. And you're doing the same thing. Become a Grip member and you can help us set out the cones, lay out the course, sweep the parking lot.
Yeah.
You can pay us for the privilege of being behind the scenes.
Yeah, but you get that money back when you register for an event, and that, that's, some people are really good at laying out autocross courses and love doing it. And, that's a way to help me and Wesley do it. I mean, we've got a lot of ideas in our head on what we can do with the lot we got. And one of the big things was we was able to remove the 2 light poles that was right in the middle of our surface, our racing surface. So we just gained 100 feet of access of track space. So we're going to be able to make it a little longer, make it a little faster, or we can make it even more technical than what it was on the first event. The first track, it was pretty technical, which is why I think you've seen guys like Johnny and Lacey and C and Sarah and Brian Finch really excel. The most experienced people out there really done well.
Before it gets too far down the list there, Taylor Haynes was saying something about stickers. Well, I can't get you a windshield sticker, Taylor, but if any of the listeners would like to send me an email, nodrivinggloves@gmail.com, or you can go to the nodrivinggloves.com and, shoot me a message, name and address and all, and we can get you at least 3x3 No Driving Glove stickers. So just send me a note. We'll send those out to you for free. You just got those in. That's another stack of them that willing to hand out. Maybe all the cars. Maybe we'll give you $1 off. I'll tell you what, we'll give you $1 off if you show up with a no driving glove sticker on your car.
There you go. We'll give you a free bottle of water. Oh, speaking of that, the Greater Gadsden Area Tourism Board has given us 5 cases of water to give out at our next event. So, it's just things like that, it's pretty crazy and surreal how all of this has happened over the last really 2 weeks. I mean, the first event, we had a lot of support. We had a lot of help. But after the event was over, the outpouring of support and help has just been crazy.
Well, I'm glad to hear that went so well for you. I didn't make it up, really thought about it. I can't remember what was going on. I know I didn't even get out to the lake until late that day. I must have had something I thought was important going on. Well, maybe I took the dog and got the dog groomed. I don't know.
I like what Josh said. He said, Wes and Will are going to cost me plenty of money. I'll tell you. So Josh is a guy I've known for a long time. Very, very, very accomplished dirt track racer. And I rode with him, and I'm telling you, it won't take long, and he's going to be at the top of the podium pretty quick. He's got it. It won't take him long. He figures out what that little Mustang needs, and it's going to be sitting on top.
Looks like he's trying to make it a family affair. Dad's already got the day off, and
yep.
The wife's, I guess it's a Mustang family. So.
Well, that's the way it is for us. My wife's a big part of it. Unfortunately, my daughter and her boyfriend was out of town during the first event, but they'll be there. My dad will be there. My nephew will be there. So, I mean, to me, we want to make this as a family event. And the only thing that kind of sucks right now is our insurance. If you're under 16, it's really not allowing to do much. So one of the things that we're going to do during our lunch break, if you want to bring your kid and they have a power wheel, bring your kid, bring your power wheel, and at lunch, they can go around the autocross course.
That's kind of cool, too.
So,
I might have to bring my power wheel.
So that's something that we really hadn't even announced yet. So I guess it's announced on No Driving Gloves first. So yeah, if you got a youngster and they have a power wheel, bring their power wheel, and at lunchtime we'll take an hour break, and we'll let the kids put on a show for everybody.
That years ago at Goodwood, the Goodwood Hill Climb, you race up the hill. This takes place once a year over a course of 3 days. And what they did for a while there, because the lunch hour was so quiet, they did soapbox racing and raced downhill with soapbox cars. And that's where the Lotus 112s, I think it's the 112s. I'm forgetting the Lotus 112. I think it's the 112. A, B, and C came from. Or just Google Lotus soapbox racers. You'll see them. And it became really, really, really competitive. And there was, that's what happens. You start having Formula One teams design soapbox cars.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, August rolls around and these people are going to start rolling in with these power wheels running on, 32 volt batteries, Tesla drivetrain in them.
Yeah, we'll have to regulate it at probably next year. But right now it's run what you brung, hope you brung enough, and if your kid cracks his head, guess what? You're going to have to take him to the hospital because we're not responsible.
So, what was I going to say? Oh, I wanted to, this is going to be personal, and it's something I don't know if we've ever done on the podcast. And let me see. I hope I didn't screw up here. I do that occasionally. I've got to go. Sorry. I should have had this pulled up on my phone, but
We fired my third gen up for the first time tonight, so with everything on it. So it's exciting.
Well, I guess I got to type it in to get the name of this place.
We have named it the Turd Gen.
Oh, come on. Is it that bad? It's not
It's the turd.
Flintstones or
It's the
something.
Turd Gen. We're going to put a brown stripe right down the middle of it. It's going to look like your red underwear here.
Oh, is this it?
Oh, Lord.
Mm. I think this is the place. Yeah. I took a vacation last week. First time I've taken a vacation, and I can't remember. We decided decades probably. Like my last one might have been in 95, 96 that I wasn't part of a work trip or going to visit family. And buzzing along, and went to Shenandoah Valley area, Virginia. Had a nice little cabin. Really, really good time. Reminded me why I loved Virginia. Nice twisty roads that are very well kept. Nice scenery, etc. And I'm looking forward to this. Like kind of. And we stopped at a rest area and talked to the visitor people, and they talked about the back of the Dragon and something else, these other roads that we could drive on. But just before we got to the Claw of the Dragon, I guess was the other one. And we just before we got to this rest area, my wonderful Mini, and I know this about Minis, they're pains in the asses. A little red light comes on the dashboard, says brake. A big warning comes up on the screen that says, drive moderately, replace brake pads. I'm 700 miles from home. And God only knows where there's a, Mini dealer. God only knows where there's Mini parts. And 4,000 miles ago, when my car was in the shop, I had like 80% brake pad. And all I've done is interstate driving since then. I had about 19,000 miles on the car. So we swung, but I made a call. We're sitting there in the Sheets. By the way, if you're ever in that area, Virginia, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Sheets. Sheets is the answer. Take your Miata to Sheets. I called this place Overstreet European Motors and, asked the guy, I said, hey, I'm on vacation, got a Mini. It's giving me a warning that I need brake pads. I don't quite believe it. And told him the mileage story and the percentage stories. And he said, well, where are you at? I said, well, we're about 2 hours out. He said, well, you bring it by. I'll take a look at it. That way, if we need to order parts, I can get them ordered. I don't want to order parts and have to send them back. So we swung by. Guy stopped what he was doing at 4:00 in the afternoon, came out, checked out the car, evaluated the brakes too. And, I was pretty sure I was okay. I just wanted to be safe. I didn't want to kill Brandy. She was riding along with me or, upset my dog because I wouldn't come home. But no, he checked out the car and everything, didn't run any money, actually told us to hang around for his building clerk to arrive, and she'd give us some additional, I guess, hiking trails and a couple other things to do on the vacation. So I did chip the guy a couple of bucks and that. But to me, it was so nice that he interrupted his day. I mean, he took a half hour or 45 minutes with us to check out my car for this, crazy guy from Virginia or from Alabama. Was willing to push all these cars. It probably would have taken him all morning to get my car to his lift. But just unbelievable way to begin the vacation. Yeah, kind of annoying. As a matter of fact, that was last Tuesday. And I'm still waiting for the Mini dealership to call me back and set an appointment to bring the car in. So we're 8 days later. I can't get a call from him, but this guy was going to drop everything to get me taken care of. So if you ever happen to be in Gordonsville, Virginia, which is literally go to nowhere, turn left and go about 20 miles, and you might be there. Overstreet European Motors. So I just wanted to, give the guy a shout out. It was some of the best service I've had on a car since the shop I used to use when I lived in Northern Virginia. There is a shop locally that probably compares, and I'm sure Alan would step out and probably do the same for a tourist. Push the busy stuff away and take care of somebody just out of the goodness of their heart. So it was really nice to see. So I just wanted to shoot, a hello to him. And while we were there, didn't bring the can in with me. They have this place, what's it called? Hung? What?
What are you talking about?
The Peanuts.
Oh, Well Hung.
Well Hung. Good restaurant. Some of the best peanuts I've ever had.
Did you say the restaurant is called Well Hung?
Yes, it's called Well Hung. 2 women own it, and yes,
definitely not my restaurant.
I'm sorry for your wife. No, 2 women own it, and what we were told, that's exactly what they meant when they named it. So I'm assuming they weren't well hung, but
that's funny.
No.
So great. The food was wonderful. The service there, blah, blah, blah. Gordonsville was a great little town. I'd move there in a second.
The nuts were good.
Huh?
The nuts were good.
Yeah. Brandy's even saying the nuts were good. The nuts at Well Hung were good. So
Be careful of that.
Did they have a Polish sausage?
no, they did not have a Polish sausage. I'm sorry to disappoint. I don't think they played too much with the food names.
Not spectacular black and white.
They had a hashtag, something about comment on your Richard or comment Richard or something. It was a play on the name Richard too. Going along, but good vacation, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Great roads, etc. But like I said, I just wanted to shoot Overstreet European Motors a little shout out there. We're getting close to the end of the show, so we got changes coming to No Driving Gloves slightly. Nothing big, nothing huge. We've got some giveaways. Obviously, we're giving away the stickers to anybody. I lost it. I had it in my hand playing with it. Got keychains. I've got a Bluetooth headset that was given to me by a sponsor. I've got some of that, the leather cleaner that you can go to our website and buy. Go to nodrivinggloves.com /stuff. And you can get a bottle of, buy your leather honey off of Amazon. We may or may not we will get an affiliate commission off that, but I'm going to have a bottle of that to give away, it looks like. And obviously this is leading up to some new guests interviews around the corner. I got a bulletin board here full of names. So that's happening, but I'll go ahead and let you talk about some of the changes coming, Will.
Well, I will not be a regular on No Driving Gloves anymore. With everything I have going on with Big Oak and Grip and family and daughter starting college, and I have to back off.
Mixers.
What's that?
Mixers.
Yeah. I unfortunately I'm spread a little too thin, so I kind of have to kick something off my plate, and I'm going to start with the thing that takes the least amount of my time to hopefully, give me one more night at home and whatnot. So I will still be on No Driving Gloves. I just will not be a regular co-host with John. It's kind of bittersweet, to be honest with you. It's 5 years, man. It's 5 years down near once a week. It's kind of hard to let go of,
Yeah, that's the worst thing is I've been talking to you pretty much once a week for 5 years, and I don't know how that's how that's going to work out. I wanted to quickly check here because I didn't write the date down, and if I could spell. That sound professional. My keyboard clicking away.
Hell, we're opening up beer cans and laughing, and people opening doors. So nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that I've got to free up a little time, and I knew you were wanting to make a lot of changes, and
yeah, we're going to go to a little bit more structured show. Still the same things. Derek's going to be around. He's had to step back a little bit, take care of a couple of things. He had the job change and couple of family things, good family things. So he's had to step away for a couple of weeks. So I said if you go to No Driving Gloves page, nodrivinggloves.com, and there's a little link there, register as a guest, or what is that? Yeah. Go to nodrivinggloves.com. At the top, register as a guest. You can fill out a little form, and we'll see what we can do about getting you on here. If you got anything to bitch about cars, things to talk about, want to pick our brains about something, if it's, even something we got to have Will on here for, we'll reach out to Will and try to schedule you with Will. He's not going away. It's I'll be honest, I laid out a couple of new things that had to happen, and it put a lot more pressure on the guys, and it's just we've been talking about this for a while. So you said been doing it for 5 years, Will. The intro episode of No Driving Gloves dropped June 11th, 2017, and we're sitting here on June 8th.
Yep.
2022. So the whole real thing is we're having a fifth anniversary party, and Will drinks too much. We couldn't afford to have him at the party. But I've got it in my calendar. I'm really going to try to get up there to the Grip Autocross on the 25th. Maybe we'll grab a couple of interviews and chats there. But it is sad to see Will go, but maybe things will change and we'll get him back. But I told Will before we came on tonight, I said, now, if something comes up and you want to bitch, if I'm talking about Tesla too much, or if all of a sudden Bill will build some, electric hot rod or things like that. When Will wins the Riddler, we'll expect him back on the show. And
I have no electric builds in my future right now. So
if you're wanting to do an electric build, it sounds like Will's got a spot open for you. Maybe not tomorrow, but give him a call. And
about 10 years from now, we can probably get you in. If you want something electric, yeah.
And that's not his hatred of electric. That's kind of his workload.
Oh, if somebody wanted to build an electric hot rod, it would have to be my way. And that's just how it is. Not a fan of it, not a fan of the change. And I'm a big supporter of change. I like change. I like embracing stuff that makes things work better and quicker and faster and more efficient. But electric vehicles is just not the answer. It's not the answer for the green thing that everybody keeps talking about. It's not the answer for emissions. It's just not the answer. And I'll tell you what, if I can get Mike Copeland to come on this podcast, then we will talk green vehicles all freaking day. And if y'all don't know who Mike Copeland is, you need to research who Mike Copeland is. He has the green thing figured out. He's got a zero emissions, supercharged LS3 in a 53 Chevrolet truck. He has got it figured out. And he was an engineer at General Motors, and he's got it figured out, in my opinion. So look him up. He's a damn genius, is what he is.
Well, I'll tell this to Derek, because Derek's got a guy from GM that he keeps promising on the podcast. You've mentioned Mike before. Whichever of you two can get your GM guy on the podcast first, I'll buy you dinner. So, Long John Silver's, but
just buy me a case of beer. We'll call it even.
Now I'll buy you dinner. It's probably cheaper.
In Alabama, it is. California, it ain't.
So I don't know what else is here. I talked about the giveaways. I talked about Will leaving. We talked about Grip Autocross.
Josh just said replacement battery for a Honda EV costs more to replace than the price of the vehicle.
See, he's wrong. It costs exactly the same price as the vehicle. You just go buy another vehicle and throw it all away and keep the battery.
Then it still costs more. Yeah.
Because you can sell the rest of the vehicle for scrap. And you get a second set of tires for your autocross. So when you go No, I disagree. I agree. Electric isn't the answer. That's what we got now because of, and I hate going this way, because of politicians and money. That's as political as I'm going to get. So, well, okay, Josh, warranty claim on the Hyundai was a couple of grand more. I'm going to say I had my Mini problem earlier, and it's a gasoline car, and sticker on my Mini new was $32, and to put a motor in it was $18,500. So while it's not more, it was a good chunk. It was 2/3 of the way to a new Mini. And when my car was being repaired, there was a brand new, and Will absolutely loves the styling, is the BMW M4, the big brand new. I think they had like 2,800 miles on it with the big whole, wonderful grille that BMW's introduced. The motor for that car was more than the sticker price on the car. That one was being totaled. Same thing that would happen to my car. Drank a little bit too much water. So, I don't know. I was quickly looking over the comments. I think we're there. Will, it's been great talking to you damn near every week for 5 years. I hope to figure out how to get you back regularly. Until then, don't be a stranger.
This winter will probably I can be a little more consistent. I've got a ton of stuff planned in July and just a lot of stuff going on this summer.
Well,
I think this winter will probably be I can probably be pretty consistent this winter, but
So you're just stepping away while all these new things I'm putting in place for the podcast get ironed out. You'll step back in when it's all nice and smooth.
there you go. You got it figured out.
So, but it's been great talking to you. Hopefully your fans don't leave. There's a certain number I'm watching on Facebook. Once we hit it, if I can identify who that person was, you're going to get a present too. I hope to see you on the 25th, Will. And we'll be back. I think Derek's going to try to join us next week. But like I said, if you go to nodrivinggloves.com at the very top, there's a little thing that says register as a guest. That'll take you to a form you fill out, shoots off to us, and we go from there. So I should have made a cute little outro saying goodbye to Will with all these little scenes of Will over the year.
I'm sure it's going to be perfectly fine.
Well, I'm going to do my best to see you on the 25th, Will. If not, I'll see you in a few weeks either way. That's it for No Driving Gloves tonight. We'll be here next week recording on Wednesday, and the audio podcast, I promise, drops on Fridays now. That's part of the new thing. Regular. Guess that's it. Goodbye.
Adios.
And broadcast.